mentioned, they are going to lane the Tusk IO together. So it is a very strong combination to have. Revan Zephyr on this Witch Doctor and the Pango. How do you think this goes up against this lane? Because it does seem like Monaco Gambit do have an extremely strong safe lane right now.
Yeah, it's really hard to pierce through and apply some good harassment out. If you get a really strong Maledict, you'd want to kind of target down the IO as much as possible. The issue is Dream can just space himself out really well. And you can see the aggression Immersion can just do. As long as he's got the tether up, he's not under any major threat of being locked in. At level 1, the presence of the IO and Tusk is just really strong. So you're going to have a smooth and easy ride here for Dream. Zephyr, of course, at least he has a brown boot, so he can kind of run away from the Tusk in case things get dicey. But you will have to watch for every single one of those tag team procs. And the level spikes are a lot bigger for Gambit. Once you hit level 3 here, you get value points in the Snowball and the Eye Shards, perhaps. You can really start to run down. Even with an early level and overcharge as well, or the Spirits coming through, it's a lot of damage that T1 will have to really respect here.
Fair enough. Of course, over in the mid lane, you've got no one up against Carl. Saw no one getting quite low on the Bristle earlier on, but that's to be expected with that level 2 on the Batrider. Can generally get very aggressive as Carl. Of course, no one does go for the early wand pickup, which is fairly standard stuff when you are up against the Batrider. So that is going to be able to keep him quite healthy, but he has got quite a bit of regen just in case Carl gets a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, and this one is going to be steady for both sides. They've got that early presence from each. You mentioned both of them having their sticks up, so you have some burst regen on hand. Carl is kind of falling behind a bit, but not by much. It's within 1 CS of each other. Going to hold steady for both sides. A bit more important for Carl, although.
Yeah, no one. He's copying a lot of damage. Still has those stick charges, but Carl's not giving up.
Ooh.
But he's going to go down before he can get the kill. No one understanding his limits on this Bristle. Just baiting in Carl.
You can have on hand, so you have to be careful about trading that lane. Still gonna hold steady for both sides. You are starting to pull ahead as no one, but he is a Batrider. Gives us a chance to look at the side lane down bot. You've got Seneko along with Afterlife on the line and the Timbersaw. They are up against Whitemon on the Spirit Breaker and Savage on Morph, and you can see Whitemon just trying to pressure out Seneko. While Seneko doesn't have mana, it's harder for him to apply that pressure, but he's got level 2, he's got mana drain up, so he can at least regen up and just go back for the stun. You still don't want to trade with Spirit Breaker early on. Very tanky hero, and if you get bashed down, you could just be dead.
Certainly so. Whitemon trying to be very aggressive on this SB so far. You do see over on the side Afterlife, he's just been calmly farming up, but so is Savage. 23 Savage, currently 19-4 on the Morphling, having a great old time. Meanwhile, though, mid lane, no one. It's going to be punished.
At least you deny any sort of rotation potential out from Gambit, and you are getting a bit of space out on the side lane. So overall, rather even start for both teams. T1 sitting at 1-1, less than 1k lead coming out for T1. Big difference is that Savage is farming a bit better than Dream, so you do have to watch that.
Zephyr's underneath the sentry ward as we speak. Dream tried to back off. Meanwhile, no one gets Carl again. No one. Just dragging the creep wave away, not allowing it to go underneath his own tier 1 tower. This will allow him to get the farm and XP without giving anything away to the Batrider. Meanwhile, towards the top, he can help just secure some bounty runes. They're trying to Forev, snowballs their immersion, make sure they get the kill. And now Zephyr trying to run, should make it up, but no one. He wants to go for a dive behind that tier 1, and he does get the double. Great rotation there by no one to make sure they get that added value.
Both heroes forced to walk back into lane as well, so you are missing out on a lot of last hits, and they are trying to get some charges off, securing that next power rune here. No one.
It's the haste. No one clicks a bit faster than Whitemon, and now the stun comes out. Seneko. Nice rotation now. That'll be the 4th kill, or rather 5th for the Bristle. No one on a dominating spree. He's level 7 in comparison to the level 6 of Carl. Carl, he's going to have a go at this. Lasso out with the Maledict. It should be enough damage, and they will get a return kill now. Meanwhile, top lane, they have initiated again onto Zephyr. He will die on the Witch Doctor, and they will also get Forev. And we talked about this lane, but IO Tusk, it's quite disgusting to have to go into. The Monaco Gambit making it look extremely good, as now even no one with a haste rune onto Carl. He's burning out Whitemon. He's going to come in, but no one's going to be safe. He's got the haste rune, not within the fire any longer. Kills the Batrider safe unless he makes a mistake. They should be very aware that 23 Savage is having a very good time. But there's your Earth Spike out. He didn't get the Strength Morph off into the Hex. Never mind. Forgot about the Lion with that instantaneous Hex, and we kind of talked about that in the drafting stage. That's one thing I guess 23 Savage does have to be wary of, is if he gets hexed, he might just die. Still, top side of the map, we've got Dream in a lasso now. Zephyr around with the Maledict, the stun out as well. Dream, he can't get out of this one. In fact, his Tusk may not be able to get out of this one. Immersion, trying to get something done, but the perma stun out from Forev, and Carl is able to pick up the double. And so they do.
You can see Gambit now eyeing that mid, getting the shove in. They've got 3 heroes around. There's only really 4F to defend for now.
That's a really big deal if they lose this mid-tier 1 tower. And this is what Monaco Gambit want to do. They want to take your objectives quick and kind of just not allow you to farm across the map. Want to make it very, very hard for Savage on that Morphling to feel comfortable. Forev, he's going to juke out the shards, but then there's another spike out into the snowball and the finger and the walrus punch out from Immersion. But now Carl is around with Zephyr. They'll make the jump in onto no one, but now Dream joins in. A buyback. Forev coming back into this team fight, but Carl is looking way too low and does go down to the IO. So does Zephyr, and now the Earth Spike there on Forev to make sure he can't punish. But Whitemon going to charge in onto Immersion. They've got the Tusk, but they miss the swashbuckle. It won't matter though. They get the kill, but now no one. Might be able to punish Forev and get a dieback very early on. In fact, look at the damage output. My goodness. The bonus gold for the whole team is going to be well worth it for that.
Oh yeah, they need that injection. They know they can't fight right now in T1, so you take what you can get, although they are diving.
It's a hard kill to go for. Afterlife. He's taking all the Death Ward damage, but nothing's happening. Now the lasso comes out. No one. He's going to rotate. Afterlife still alive, just not dying. To the Melodic Zephyr. He's going to die, even though he tried to TP. It wasn't enough, and now Carl's going to go down. They just can't kill him. Afterlife, he took the whole Death Ward duration with the Melodic, and nothing happened. Forever. He's been relocated on. He's going to try and run. They might just dive the tier 3 towers now. It looks like they can, and they will. Forev, he can't even roll away. Just utter domination from Monaco Gambit. Move in, Carl gonna break the smoke immediately. He does have a blink up now. This will be the surprise reveal. I'm not sure if Monaco Gambit saw this. They're gonna go mid lane to try and go after no one. It's the big Bristleback, but there goes Dream to make sure he stays healed up. Forev gonna roll through, trying to get the damage up, but now the snowball safe to delay things. Seneko will be blown up by 23 Savage. They'll go on to Carl instead. There's your Bat Rider dead. Can they do anything else though, T1? They've almost got the Tusk and they'll get him, but they've lost Whitemon on the SP. On to no one now. 23 Savage going to try and do it by himself, but it's not looking possible. He needs to just chain away. T1 will lose that team fight.
They're going to do a lot more up front, and they've only got one outer tower left here on the side of T1. Gambit's just going to be looking to apply that pressure mid to really secure complete control on the map, and T1's got to step up here.
Lasso out, he goes straight onto Immersion. They want the Tusk dead. They want to make sure there's no snowball saves, but he does get into the snowball. Forev, meanwhile, Rolling Thunder in the back. They kill off Seneko. That's 23 Savage. Immersion now, dropping to the Melodic. The charge in. Whitemon gets another. They're still doing pretty well here, T1, but Whitemon is going to die now. Monaco Gambit looking to turn this one right back around. Forev dropping low, could not get to the low ground. Now they want Savage, but Savage is going to go for the TP away, and it looks like he is going to be all right. So you're going to be able to initiate anywhere across the map, and you're always going to have that relocate. But mid lane, they're going to try and initiate now. 23 Savage is charging in with that SB form straight onto the IO. But can they burst Dream down? They've got the stuns out. It's a lot of damage, but there's your snowball now. Whitemon's already dead, and Savage, he can't survive the damage output. It's way too high. Forev also being jumped. He's going to die. It's a 4-for-0 trade, and they're going high. Nice and easy for Monaco Gambit so far. Jump in, Carl, he's going to go for the lasso, still tethered there onto no one. They just can't kill him, he's just too tanky. He's going to walk away, Savage is going to die in the fire. They're going to lose Forev as well. This is just looking like real bad news now for T1, they call it. They have had enough. And Monaco Gambit might confidently take game number 1.
Dire victory.
Yeah, a really strong performance from Gambit to start off with. T1, I mean, they had something there. They had the Spirit Breaker Morphling. They open up confidently.